Howdy folks, Wes here, your craft beer geek, and today we have another beer review for you. Today we have a beer from LaGunitas Brewing out of Petaluma, California. This is their Imperial Stout. It's a year-round offering that they have, and this bottle cost me $3.99, so they're very reasonably priced. It's one thing I love about LaGunitas beers, that reasonably priced and they taste really good. And this is one I haven't had yet before for some reason, so at least I don't remember having it. So I'm ready to taste this for myself and let you guys know what I think of it and tell you whether I think you should run out and grab some yourself. So this Imperial Stout is 9.9% alcohol by volume. So it's and it's a 22-ounce bottle, so that's really good. Really high gravity beer. The IBUs are 72.45, so it's going to be quite bitter. And the original gravity on this was 1092. So, like I said, you know, really heavy beer to be able to get that 9.9% alcohol. But let's get this cracked open and get into a glass and see what it looks like. I'm going to drink this out of a snifter since it's an Imperial Stout. Alright, so we got a little bit of head on there, pretty decent for such a high alcohol beer. So let's go ahead and see what the aroma is like on this. Okay, I get a nice sweet chocolatey aroma off this, almost like you're smelling like a nice high quality chocolate bar. Yeah, I'm just getting a lot of chocolate in the aroma, you know, like opened up a fresh piece of dark chocolate and smelled it, and that's the aroma I get off of this beer. So I'm ready to go ahead and give it a taste and see what I think of it. And a very heavy, viscous mouthfeel. Loads and loads of chocolate. It's very chocolatey in the taste. It's like a nice dark chocolate. You know, it's got that malty sweetness, and it's got a lot of roasty bitterness, and this is a really great beer. And a lot of that high IBUs that they have in here in this beer is really scrubs at your tongue and gives that dry, sort of helps out with that dry roasty feel. This isn't one of those cloyingly sweet Imperial Stouts, you know, that you get that are just like syrup. This is really just a dry, roasty, dark, rich, chocolatey flavor. I'm quite impressed with this. You know, I don't see how they can sell this for $4 a bottle and actually make money. There's a lot of malts and a lot of hops in this beer. Yeah, I have to say this is definitely one of the best Imperial Stouts I've had. It's, you know, I'll preface that by saying I don't really like the really sweet Imperial Stouts. You know, stuff like Old Rasputin and stuff. It's too sweet for me. But this is really doing it for me, just with the bitterness and the roastiness, and you know, it's extreme amount of flavor, but it's a balanced flavor. You know, it's a good perfect balance of sweetness and dry, you know, and dry bitterness to it. Really tasty. As this is warming up, I'm getting a little bit more of the dark fruity, you know, typical flavors you would get from an Imperial Stout, but you know, there's just a little bit of hint of that there. It's not like some of the other beers other Imperial Stouts that just smack you in the face with dark fruit, you know, raisins kind of thing. flavor there. There's a little bit of that at first, but then just the hops and the roasty malts just come back and give you a nice dry roasty finish. Like I said, a lot of dark chocolate in this. Just a really good, really good Imperial Stout. You know, not doing anything crazy beyond just having an extreme amount of hops, which helps balance it out, which I really like a more balanced beer like that. It has a lot of hops that can counteract the sweetness from an insane amount of malts that are in this beer. And I will say it's quite nicely carbonated too. It's I'm saying if I swirl it, I'm able to rebuild the head on this beer. It does have a nice carbonation to sort of help scrub the tongue even more, and just help it out even more. So it's a really pleasant beer, really enjoyable. You know, dessert kind of beer. Yeah, this would go really well with a dessert or just something to sip on by the fire. It's really nice Imperial Stout, really reasonable. So for the LaGunitas Imperial Stout, I think I'm going to go a 9 out of 10 on this. It's a very high 9, it's almost a 10. Not quite there, but it's a 9, definitely solid, strong, very strong 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend you go out and try it. Like I said, it's very reasonably priced. Just quality beers come out of LaGunitas, and I guess that's about all I have to say about it. So I'm Western Craft Beer Geek. You can find all my reviews plus more at craftbeergeek.com. And with that, I'll say, I don't drink bad beers, you shouldn't either, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.